Okay, so I think that is enough waiting time. We will start without further ado. Welcome everyone to STEMQuest 2.0. I am Abeer Iftikhar, and I am going to be your host for this journey. Today marks the beginning of an incredible series of sessions that will explore the fascinating world of STEM. This time around, we really wanted to focus on all four key components of STEM. We wanted to focus on the science element, the technology element, the engineering element, and also maths. So when we made you guys do the form, we made you guys apply for it. I know you guys are here. You maybe have specific interests that you're looking forward to. Maybe you do not know what you want to do for your undergrad, and you're really looking forward to kind of dive into these different fields of STEM. So, welcome. I am pretty sure you are going to love this program. This is the second time that we've decided to do it because it was super loved last time. I think we have second time joiners too. We have people who did our last STEMQuest and they're back again. So we're really excited for that. And let us begin. So starting with our table of contents, this is going to be our roadmap for today's session. It is a relatively short session compared to our other ones. We are just going to, number one, talk about the host, me, and the organizations that helped bring STEMQuest to you. Then we are going to talk about the aim of STEMQuest 2, what exactly we want you to achieve as you attend these sessions. Then we're going to look at the schedule for STEMQuest 2.0, and we're going to look at how you guys can manage your time, considering there are people joining from multiple time zones around the world. We have kind of made the schedule in a way where it befits everyone's time zone. Then we are going to look at your digital toolkit, which is going to cover the 3 apps that you're going to need to kind of have a really smooth journey during STEMQuest. Then we're going to talk about effective participation. We're going to talk about the quests and submissions, which is something new we've added to this specific edition of STEMQuest. Then we're going to talk about everyone's favorite topic, certificate requirements. I've had a lot of questions about that. Then we're going to continue with our closing remarks and our Q&A. So for this session specifically, you guys can leave your questions in the chat box, and I will be answering them as we go. Usually what a session structure looks like is we have 45 minutes of speaker allocated time, and then we have the questions at the end, which is towards the last 15 minutes where the speaker reads through your questions and answers them. But because this is the introductory session, I really want to make sure you guys get your questions answered. So we're going to kind of go through them as you guys ask me those questions. If at any point there is something unclear, you guys are free to leave a question in the chat box. I have it open right there and I will get back to you. So a little bit about me. I am Abeer, as you know by now. I'm Pakistani Kashmiri. I was brought up and raised in the UAE. I am currently a sophomore at AU RAC, and I am pursuing my Bachelor's of Science in Biotechnology. I currently, if I were to look at a goal that I want to achieve this year, is kind of, I want to expand my interest to bioinformatics. That's a field that I've really been intrigued by, especially considering the growth of AI and machine learning. I think that's a field that is really set to grow. So who knows, maybe dive into a little bit of R programming, a little bit of Python, who knows. Outside of STEM, my hobbies are very, very basic. I love reading books. I love reading true crime books. I love listening to true crime podcasts, and anything that involves learning. I absolutely dislike standing still. I think whenever we have vacations or I'm on holiday, it stresses me out not having anything to do. Last fun fact is that I will be your host for STEMQuest 2. I will be there for most of the sessions. I will be moderating, making sure you guys have a very smooth experience. And yeah, that's pretty much me in 7 bullet points. Moving on, we are going to talk about the catalysts, or as I like to call them, the catalyst on how we have STEMQuest here in the first place. So how it started is I joined YSI, or Youth STEM Initiative, in April of 2024 as a researcher, because I am a content writer. absolutely love writing content. I remember one of my very first articles that I published was about the nature versus nurture argument, and I related it to kind of studies or the psychological studies that have been done on the nature and nurture debate. So that was one of the very first articles I posted for YSI back in June of 2024 after I joined, and then in September I was promoted to the YSI UAE chapter leader. I think currently they have 17 plus chapter leaders, which is crazy. So it was founded by Mr. Amirali Banani. It was based in Vancouver, Canada. It was founded in 2023. As of 2024, they published 65 research articles in a research journal that comprised of 888 pages, which is crazy if you think about it, especially considering it's mostly undergrad students. These are not students who've had their or who've done their bachelor's yet. They have a team of total 200 plus researchers from around the world. We do have some of the YSI researchers who are going to talk as speakers for STEMQuest 2.0, and they're going to cover a range of interesting topics. So you guys should really, really look forward to that. Then we move on to the founder of MedExplorer, who is Mr. Muhammad Adil Abbas. So MedExplorer is actually based in Pakistan, and MedExplorer was founded in 2023 also. It focuses on providing affordable and equal access to healthcare throughout Pakistan, because it is a country where healthcare, so I'm Pakistani, I would know it is a country where access to healthcare is not as equitable when we talk about it. So they have been recognized with the UNGC. They were awarded Founder of the Year in 2023 from Microsoft Startups Founders Hub. They were also the Global Startup Award finalists for the SAA-RC region, which is really, really cool. They've been on Shark Tank. They've just done a bunch of cool stuff. And I believe Muhammad Adil, he'll also host a session on what gets startups funded. And that's something really cool to learn about, to see, especially if you're someone who's looking forward to become an entrepreneur. If that's something that is really up your alley, that's a session you should definitely look forward to. So I guess both of these organizations, their main focus was providing equitable healthcare, equitable access to knowledge, considering that it is something that's not as resources are not as provided in, let's say, countries who are not as developed as the US or the UK or Canada, you know. So these are the two organizations that have really worked at making STEMQuest 2.0 possible. I really, really recommend you guys check out both of their websites, support both of their works. I know YSI is completely nonprofit, so all the speakers that are coming up, they're not getting paid, they're doing it completely voluntarily. So that's something that's really, really beautiful to see as we look at STEMQuest. So moving on to talking a little bit about STEMQuest in general, we have a total of 55 plus attendees, which I'm really happy about. And the age distribution is something that I was really, really shocked seeing, because while last time we did it, we had majority of our attendees who were less than 20 years old. And this time it's more of an equal distribution. We do have a significant portion of 16-year-olds. And that's, I think, the highest number of students we have within that category. But it's really interesting seeing how well distributed this is. So STEMQuest is for everyone. It's a diverse group of participants. We have people from, I would say, about 15 plus countries, which is why working with the time zones is a little bit tricky. I know some of you guys, it's 11 p.m. for you when you're attending this introductory session. So no matter your age or your experience level, there really is something here for everyone. And I'm really, honestly, so excited to see your participation within this program. Next, we are going to talk about this question that we had you guys do, which asked you guys, what STEM fields are you most interested in? And surprisingly, AI and machine learning took over with 60.7%, which is honestly wild. I absolutely love it. We have amazing sessions coming up on that topic. We have a data scientist coming on here teaching you how she became a data scientist without even having a degree. We have we have talks on machine learning, and that's something really interesting to see. Close by, we have biology and human biology. I'm a personal fan of biology. I'm a biotech student. Uh, Nothing fascinates me more than biology in general. We have data science, we have medical and health technology. We do have doctors who are going to be hosting sessions, so that's something you guys should stick around for sure. And yeah, so it was really interesting seeing everyone's responses, and I think you guys would have loved to see this too, to see where your interests stand. What I think the point of this was to kind of show you guys that we have all of these just in one program within a span of, I would say, 2.5 weeks. I remember last time we hosted it, it was 3.5 weeks. This time we kind of shortened it down. I remember last time we only hosted sessions on the weekends. This time we have the weekends and the weekdays. And we're really trying to work with the different time zones that everyone is in. So this is the schedule, which I think I have shared with you guys a couple of times now. We are starting off over here with the introductory session that is by me. Tomorrow at the same time at 5 p.m. GMT, we are going to be hearing from Amirali, who is the founder of YSI, and he is also a neuroscience student at the University of Washington. So he is going to talk about the neuroscience behind emotions, on why we let our emotions get the best of us on times where we needed to use our logic instead. Then we have the fundamentals of machine learning by Mark. We have biomedical science and whether it can take us to Mars by Hasmik. We have LinkedIn for STEM students, which is something I'm super excited about. I am totally a LinkedIn geek, and I absolutely love this because I think no one really teaches STEM students on how to leverage LinkedIn for them. So that would be a very interesting session. We have public health and prevention. We have a conversation on conservation by Miss Nuha. We have 3D bioprinting by Miss Uzra. We have bio-inspired designing by Miss Zainab. We have a session on women's data in healthcare by me. I really reached out to the team at STEMQuest to kind of let me host a session because that's something I'm super passionate about. Then we have blockchain technology. We have perceiving reality, and that's something it's a very, very cool session. I really recommend you guys attend it. We have how to deal with burnout in medical school. And as students, we're always burnt out, whether you're in high school, whether you're in university, you are at some point destined to be burnt out. So, tips to deal with it, tips to deal with whatever it is to relating to being a student. That's something that's very interesting. We have one of my personal favorite sessions, Shark Tank and startups and having a healthcare startup. What gets it funded? How do you pitch your ideas? Grant writing, all of that. That is going to be covered in the session by Mr. Muhammad Adil, who's the CEO of MedExplorer. Then we have the talk about becoming a data scientist by Ms. Amna Shahzad, who is going to talk you through the steps or the skills you need if that is something you are interested in. Last but not least, on the 1st of July, we will have our final session, which is going to be hosted by me. It's going to be like the introductory session, except we're going to be giving out certificates, we're going to be giving out awards, and it's just going to be a wrap-up of STEMQuest 2.0. Moving on, we have to talk about your digital toolkit. 3 absolute essential apps you need to make sure STEMQuest is a smooth ride for you, starting off with WhatsApp. Make sure you have joined the WhatsApp community. It is our main form of communication, including urgent updates, any general questions. Make sure you've joined the general group chat within the WhatsApp community. And yeah, make sure you're set up on all 3. Our second lifeline is going to be the Google Classroom. Now, this is something we actually newly introduced this time. I remember if we have some students who've joined last time from STEMQuest, we didn't really have this. I remember last time we just had students submit 1 research article, which we wanted to change this time. I think because the research was not related to the sessions that were being held, it didn't really show us as the team that students were actually taking in information from these sessions. So we're going to kind of touch upon the quests or the assignments. I like to call them quests. I think assignments is very boring. It reminds me of university, which I do not want to be reminded of. And yeah, so we call them quests. They're fun, they're easy, they're short, and they really challenge you to do or kind of apply what you've learned in these sessions. Last but not least, you have Google Meets. All meetings will be held on Google Meet. I think across the board, we all agree Google Meet is the easiest to use. We tried a couple of options. We went with Zoom. That was really complicated. This is our best foot forward. Links for all the sessions have already been shared on the WhatsApp community. If you check the PDF that I've sent, there is a separate link for each of these sessions. Please make sure you join with your full name and the email you signed up or registered with, or the email you are present in with in Google Classroom. That is how I will be able to collect your attendance, which is going to be taken online. So you guys don't have to do any forms of any sort. That is just all you have to do. So yes, make sure you join with your full name, because then that makes the certification process really, really hard for me and you, because you guys want your certificates, right? This is something very important. I think I should have talked about this when we talk about last STEM Quest again. Effective participation, right? I know you guys signed up for this because you guys are inherently curious about STEM, and I know you guys are going to put your best foot forward. I really believe you will. But just to talk about a few key points, be on time. Join each session a few minutes early to avoid missing any content. I did wait for about 7 minutes before everyone joined. This is to simply show respect to the speaker. The speakers, once again, they're not getting paid. They're not getting, I think the best they'll be getting is a certificate from YSI and MedExplorer. So they really are taking out their precious time to bring these things to you, which is this session to you, which I think is something we can appreciate by simply showing up on time. And number two, staying active in the chat. There is nothing more, I would say, kind of, sorry, I've lost my train of thought. There is nothing more that is unappreciated than not staying active. Please do participate by responding to the questions, by sharing your thoughts. If there's any polls, if there's any activities, I do know the speakers were really adamant on making sure the sessions are very active. They're not just a boring lecture. So speakers want to hear from you. Chat in the chat box, ask your questions. Even if you do not have a question, appreciate the speaker for the topic that they brought up, or tell them that you learned something new at the end of the session. That's something that's really, I would say, it's really necessary to make sure that STEM Quest is a best experience, not just for the attendees, but for the speakers too. The third one is a given: respect all speakers and attendees, maintain a positive, inclusive, and respectful environment. We have people from all around the world. We really need to be, I guess, understanding of each other's beliefs. We need to put aside any personal disputes we may have. So no spam, no disruptive behavior or off-topic messages. You are absolutely welcome to chat with each other in the general WhatsApp community. Yeah, that's the third point. Continuing, we have our quests, which I will please ask you guys to do on time. I will not be accepting tasks or quests that are not done on time, because there's such a lengthy process to actually getting them corrected or making sure they're actually eligible. So do submit them on time. Number 5 is to mute your mic and use the chat box. Keep your microphone muted during the sessions to minimize any background noise. Unmute only when asked. I think a lot of the speakers would prefer the chat box, especially considering there are like 35, 40 people attending each meeting. So if everyone has their mics unmuted, it's going to be an issue. Last but not least, be prepared. If you are the type of person to write down notes, have a notebook, join your classes on time, take a look at the schedule for the next few weeks, for the next 2 weeks that you're going to be here. Wake up in the morning. I think we only have like 2 days until 1st of July where we're not having a session. So there is going to be a session every single day. I really recommend, if you have to stay up a little late or wake up a little early to attend the session, trust me, that is going to be one of the best things you do this summer. If you did take the step and the initiative to sign up for a program like this, really be ready to put in the effort, because your motivation to complete this will die down. Motivation is something that's very, very temporary. What sticks is discipline. So really push yourself to attend all sessions, and do not miss any. That is a question I get a lot of the times on how can we, on how many sessions we have to attend, and we will go over that. Next, how will the quests and submissions work? So this is something we introduced newly. So how the quests work is that some sessions, not all, we do have 14 sessions. I really don't expect you guys to complete 14 quests. They will include a quest shared by the speaker at the end of the presentation. If the speaker provides no quest, the organizers will assign one, and they are optional only if you do not want a certificate. I know most of you guys are here for a certificate. So if you really want to get your certificate, yes, all of them are mandatory. How to submit? They're going to be in your Google Classroom. Each submission will have a clear deadline, a marking, so they're going to be weighted differently, and a short prompt. So a lot of the quests are going to be open-ended. They're going to be research-based. They're going to be something that you guys cannot use AI in. I know we live in a very AI techie world, guys, but I will be checking them for AI. I am not looking for perfect grammar when I'm looking at these assignments. I'm looking for, does this person show inherent curiosity and understanding of the session that was taught, right? So no, I'm not looking for perfect punctuation. I'm not looking at your vocab. I am looking simply at the fact, how well are you able to convey your idea to me as someone who will be going through your assignments with the rest of the team. Submission tips, be original, no AI. Actually, you know what? I use AI all the time. So maybe you can use AI, but not to the extent that it is, your work is all AI, because I will know, guys. Keep it simple, clear, and relevant. Do not submit a 5-page assignment for a 250-word open-ended question that I sent, because that will not get you any extra credit. But I will read through it though, because I'm a huge reader. So that is up to you. And please meet the deadlines. The deadlines will give you enough time. Trust me, I will give you guys enough time for the deadlines. But if you continuously submit your quests late, I will not be counting them towards the certificates. And that is just because we really want to make sure the certificates that we give you are not something you guys just slap onto your LinkedIns and say, hey, I attended STEM Quest 2.0, and there's no tangible information that you guys took in. So that's very important. Moving on. Okay, yes. So this is a screenshot I took from my phone. If you join your Google Classroom, you can see there's this announcement that I made with the schedule. So the stream is basically for any messages. I will not be messaging a lot on Google Classroom. Our main form of communication will remain the WhatsApp community throughout this. I know some of you guys questioned why WhatsApp is the main form of communication, but because we want to remain inclusive at STEM Quest, I really did not think moving on to Discord or some other platform was necessary. Okay, back to the quests and submissions. The classwork, this light green circle, will be where you'll be able to see and submit your assignments. Will you have a quest for the introductory session? You absolutely will. We will go through that. I'm excited. And then we have these certificate requirements, which I have gotten at least like 15 questions. I really hope you guys are not attending STEM Quest just to get your certificates. I really hope there is some form of drive that exists outside of receiving a certificate that you can put onto your LinkedIn. A lot of us, we have our LinkedIns to polish up, but it is truly, truly, truly a session that a bunch of sessions that you're gonna learn so much from. I moderated STEM Quest 1 in winter, so that was the winter cohort, and I learned so much, and I was just moderating the sessions, yeah? I didn't even get a certificate. I was just moderating the sessions. So it really, I think my camera is lagging, but we'll just work through that. Anyways, so to be eligible for a certificate, you need, number one, live attendance. You need to attend at least 50% of the sessions live. I know this sounds like a lot, but trust me, I think last time we had 75% as a requirement. So that's approximately 7 to 8 out of, it's supposed to say 16. It's not supposed to say 15. Yeah, so that's approximately 8 out of 16 sessions that you will be required to attend live. If you do have a valid reason, guys, this applies to a very small amount of people, because we really worked so hard to make sure the time zones are compatible for every, like, we really used our brains when it came to setting the times for the sessions. So if you really, really can't attend the sessions because of your time zone, reach out to me. You have my WhatsApp, you have my email, you have my LinkedIn, you have my bio data. You can literally just contact me, and I promise I will be as understanding as I can be about your time zone or your commitments. I know some of you guys still have school going on. I know some of you guys have family commitments. But yes, when it comes to getting a certificate, 7 sessions is the minimum. And I think that's less than 50%. But there will be certificates for people who attended the most amount of sessions. So that's something I didn't include here. But if you guys are motivated by the certificates, we do have most active attendee. So we have different categories we give certificates for outside of just a certificate of participation. If a letter of recommendation is something you are looking into, that is something we also provided last time to our winners, because last time we had students write a research and then we had winners. But so if you're participating well and you wanted NOR for any reason, we will provide that. But you need to show me that you were there throughout STEMQuest. You took genuine interest in learning and in increasing your knowledge and in being a good STEM student. Okay, number 2 is the quest submissions. Once again, if you're repeating STEMQuest, it is something new, but it is something very necessary. Not all sessions will have quests, trust me. I know how annoying it is to do so many assignments, but these assignments are not going to be your regular Q&A. They're going to be research-based. They're going to be open-ended questions. They're going to really challenge your thinking. And I'm going to know if you used ChatGPT, or if you used DeepSeek, or if you used Copilot, or if you used Gemini, or whatever. I'm very, very AI literate, so you cannot fool me. Trust me, I am better than an AI detector. And then we have, yes, so within the quests, you will have to submit all of them if you want a certificate, and you have to maintain an overall average of 80%. So yes, they will be graded. Late or missing quests will lower your average. Absolutely, it will. And there will be, and this is very important, I should have underlined that, there will be, I repeat, no certificate issued for partial participation or incomplete submissions. We do not just give out certificates. Your certificates need to be earned. Your certificates need to be a proof of the fact that you genuinely took interests and you genuinely participated in this session. Because the certificate you're going to be getting, by the way, is going to be by a registered nonprofit organization and an organization that was literally on Shark Tank. That was founder of the year for Microsoft Startup Hub. So that is something you want. And for that, you guys need to submit your quests on time, well, without using any AI, and attend all your sessions. It's really that simple. 50% of all your 50% of all your sessions, and 80+ in all the assignments that you submit. Okay, moving on. We have your first quest, which I'm so excited for because I personally made this quest. Your first task is to paste a screenshot of introducing yourself in the general channel on WhatsApp. Write your name, your background, any interests or hobbies that you have, and if you want, include a fun fact about yourself. I personally despise fun facts because I truly think I do not have a fun fact about myself. So you can skip that, really. This is the easiest quest that you're going to be doing. This quest will go live at 10 p.m., I believe. So like in 25 minutes. Yes. So, oh, also, if you've not joined the general channel and you're in the community, please do that, because that's where you get to contact all of the other cool STEM attendees for STEM Quest 2.0. Who knows, maybe I'll add group assignments for you guys and group quests, and then you guys are just forced to talk to others, and those are going to be randomized. So I'm not going to let you guys choose who you're paired up with. Maybe, who knows? Let's see where this goes. So that is your first quest. I will be posting a reminder of it in the WhatsApp community. Yes, Zainab, is there anything I can help you with? I see you have your hand raised.
Hi, Abeer. Yeah, I had a small question. So, since we have to submit our quests and assignments that you were mentioning about, what if, let's say, that because of a valid reason, we are not able to attend the meeting? However, we want to submit our assignment. Is that possible? For example, will the presentation that the presenter gave, can that be shared in the Google Classroom or in the WhatsApp space, or do we have to find another way to work around it?
Yes, absolutely. So that's a really good question. Absolutely. The session recordings will be shared in Google Classroom. I will also be asking the speakers to forward the PowerPoint. So if you do not have the time to go through the recordings, you can go through the PowerPoint, and the quest will every time be related to the PowerPoint that is given.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So that's your first quest. Please do this. You guys it's due in exactly 24 hours, because this is to test your punctuality to see how serious you guys are about STEM Quest 2.0. Right. Thank you. Today's session is going to be a little short because this is just the introduction. If you guys have any questions, do put them in the chat box. Look forward to our next session, guys. This is, and I am personally saying this, I know Ameer Ali. He is genuinely such a talented speaker. And he is a neuroscience student who has literally published journals and has an ebook. So why do our emotions so often get the best of us? It is going to be a deep dive into the emotional brain by Mr. Ameer Ali, who is also the CEO of and founder of YSI. I started working with him in April, and he really, truly is a wonderful person to work with. So really look forward to that session. And if you guys have any questions, leave them in the chat box. If not, we can say our goodbyes. If that's it, you guys can say your thank yous. Okay. The name of the person is Ameer Ali. It's written over here. I hope you're talking about that speaker. Ameer Ali Banani. Thank you so much, guys. I really hope you guys are super active throughout the session. Okay. Yes, it will be due at 10 p.m. tomorrow, and the quest will be available starting 10 p.m. Or I'll open it right now. Yep. That's it. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, Abeer.
Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, sorry, I'm going to reach out here. Okay, when you say background, what does that entail? Where are we from? School or work, what does that entail? So background is honestly wherever you are from. So if you're from the US and you're a high school student, anything, just a fun fact about yourself or your background, where you're based maybe, what interests you, why did you join STEM Quest? I know a lot of you guys answered that question when we asked you to fill out the application forms. So yes. Hope that answered your question, Lily. You're welcome.